Okay, my YouTube family. Like I said, I'm trying to get these videos out. Since we're on a good topic right now, R&R basically asked a question. He said that, I'm at a car wash, by the way, so if it's a little loud, you know, forgive me. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But what happened is, R&R asked a good question. He said, did you have a hard time getting loads when you first got your authority? And I'm going to answer the question, yes. But it's not to the point that it'll affect the business. You know, it's just, you know, you're just getting out there. A lot of brokers want to basically make sure that you're reliable. So they want to see your score in the first 30, 60, 90 days. After 90 days, you're going to have more brokers willing to work with you, because basically you can have a reference sheet, because a lot of these brokers are going to say, they're going to want a reference sheet. Okay, who have you ran loads for? They want to be able to call and verify and make sure that you're on your job, because like I said, you don't have a report card yet. You're building your report card. So it's going to take, after that 90-day mark, it's going to get better. The 30-day, it's going to be a little rough, but by then, they still have brokers that's going to work with you. I'm not saying they're not. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you the 3 top brokers that's going to be able to deal with you, okay? The 3 top brokers, I got to make sure you guys hear this, right? The 3 top brokers that are going to work with you is C.H. Robinson, TQL, and if I'm not mistaken, the other one's Coyote. Now, I know a lot of the old school truckers and the ones that's already been in the game, they're gonna say, oh, those companies are bullshit, they don't pay. They're absolutely right. Their rates are not the best. Out of the 3, I would say C.H. Robinson has the better rates. You know, and C.H. Robinson has a nice platform too. It's user-friendly, and basically, starting off, C.H. Robinson kept me busy. I mean, it wasn't the best money, but hey, starting off, it'll pay the bills. I mean, they're not gonna basically, they're not gonna lowball you extremely. I would say they're fair. So, C.H. Robinson, Coyote, and TQL. TQL, man, just, you gotta really shop around with them and kind of, because like I said, you'll be able to learn how to navigate when you start interacting with them. But keep in mind, when you start running your loads with these new companies, right? You only got to deal with them the first 30 to 60, 90 days. After the 90-day mark, the floodgates open. Now you could apply to majority of the brokers that's on Trucker's Edge. So don't panic and think that, you know, it's gonna be over. Nah, listen, basically, hopefully you saved up enough where you could at least pay your bills for the next 3 months. That's what I did. And anything you're making after that, that'll be money going towards, you know, recouping the losses and whatnot. And keep in mind, when you first get out there, you know, you got to go hard. The first 60 days, I would say go hard, you know, because at the end of the day, you got to put up as much money as you can, you know. So the first 30 days, 60 days, I'm not saying not to go home, but if you do go home, don't stay out long, because, you know, you got your authority and blah, blah, blah. That's what I did. When I first got my authority, basically, I was going home a lot. I'll go out there for 2 weeks, then I'll see a load going to Florida, then I'll go back to Florida, then I'll end up staying another week. So that's gonna happen. But you gotta remember, the early stages, you gotta build that rapport with these brokers. So keep that in mind. Go hard, you understand me? Go hard, take your time, don't panic. A beautiful thing, what happened is, another beautiful thing that happened to me is, because, you know, I'm a negotiator, right? And what happened was, I remember there was this one situation where I was in, what was the place called again? I was stuck in Laredo. Well, I wasn't stuck in Laredo, but the rates weren't all that in Laredo. So I called this broker. He had a real nice paying load, and I called him up and I was like, hey, look, I see you got a load. It's paying pretty good. It's going to Florida, and I'm a new, well, basically he was like, nah, I can't work with you. You haven't had your authority long enough. You got to have it for like a year. That's what he told me. And mind you, I was only like 2 months in the game. But I told him, I said, hey, look, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you could give me this load, man, I'll let you get $200 out of the load, the rate that it's going for. And you know, you can put in your pocket. You understand me? So basically, I just told him I'll give him $200 less. Now, a lot of people saying, oh, I shouldn't have did that, but the load was paying real good. You know, it was over $3 a mile, but I had to do that basically to build that relationship. So I took a loss, but I ended up gaining that relationship with that broker, so I couldn't complain. Now, I'm not saying that that's gonna be the case. You guys might not have that opportunity. You know, you might not, the broker may not always do that, because I tried it after that and be like, oh, okay, I'll probably say, I'll do it $100 less. You know, I did do that a few times, but after I hit that 90-day mark, I was good to go. I didn't have to do that anymore. I proved myself, but that was when, that was in a sticky situation I made that decision. And like I said, to be honest with you, I think I did it just that one time, okay? And like I told you, that was just me thinking on my feet at the time, you know. And I actually got the load, and boom, it paid. Oh, it was the holiday season. I was trying to get home for the holiday season, and that was a real good rate. It was already a good rate because it was the holidays, so everything ended up working out. But just keep that in mind. You're going to have a rough time the first 30, 60 days. After the 90-day mark, now the bigger companies, like I remember I was able to work with all of them after the 90-day mark. Now they have the ones that are the super elite brokers that like work with some of these like Vizio, Sony, you know, Toshiba, like delivering TVs and stuff like that. Now, to get those loads, you got to have your authority for a year. Some brokers are going to tell you, man, look, you got to have your authority for a year in order to get this load, because at that point they want to make sure that you are qualified to deliver those loads, and you have a you know, your DOT scores are not up and everything, man. So keep that in mind, but don't let that scare you. Believe me, at the end of the day, there's a lot of benefits to having your authority. The next video I'm gonna make, basically, I'm gonna cover basically some of the challenges you're going to face when you do have your authority. You know, because there's a lot of things that, you know, hit me, and, you know, I got a little overwhelmed in the beginning. You know, even if I asked, I mean, I had mentors, but still, they didn't prepare me for that. So basically, I'm gonna make another video on that, hopefully by the end of this week. But whatever time I get to squeeze in, I'll make as much videos as I can, because like I said, I'm on my home time. I usually don't do anything trucker related except relax and enjoy my family. But technically it hasn't started and I'm not home yet, so I'll see what happens. But I want to make that video just to give you guys, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, all the advice I'm giving you is to just prepare you mentally. But some of the things that I don't talk about is because I just can't remember off the top of my head. But, you know, experiences, you're gonna have to go through them. There's gonna be things you're gonna be like, oh man, one Rich didn't tell me that. Now listen here, I can't tell you everything. I'm gonna tell you the most I can. But when you get out there on your own, you're gonna start to find out new things. That's part of learning, you understand me? But the things that I'm telling you are gonna give you the heads up. You're gonna be ready. So when it does happen, you'll be like, oh, okay, boom, boom, boom. See, I didn't have all that information coming in the game. I used to have to write all my questions down, then call my mentor and hit him up and try to talk to him fast. He got to a point where he wasn't picking up the phone for me no more because I just kept calling him, basically wanting him to walk me through it and hold my hand. But you can't really do that because there's experiences. You know, experience is the best teacher. You understand me? But yeah, I think my truck ready right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and go. But that's my video. I'll be checking back in with you guys later. All right. Don't forget, like, subscribe. Any questions, add on to it. Ask me, because another thing, I like when you guys ask questions because then I can make videos answering it, and then it'll not just answer your questions, but it'll answer other people's questions. You understand? So just keep that in mind, man. Ask me the questions. If it's nothing crazy or ridiculous, I'll do it. You know? And like I said, that's how we doing it. All right, I'm out of here.